for someone like me that like deals with a lot of pressure and stress and anxiety from just being in the public eye and all that stuff, I firmly believe that you need something way worse to counter that you voluntarily subject yourself to.
Has it always been like, when did that really, has it ramped up more in recent years, or have you kind of like perpetually dealt with that since being, I don't know, like you've been a public facing person for like a long time now?
I've had it's like a trickle.
Yeah.
Like I've had a trickle of stardom.
Yeah.
It's like slowly ramped up, and it's almost like snake venom. Like I've got a little more bitten enough so that I can tolerate it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people that are really young that get really famous quickly, and it just wrecks them. It wrecks them psychologically, and also they don't understand how to manage the input, right? So they're like reading comments about them. They're like tweeting and then responding to tweets and going back and forth with people in Instagram comments. Like, dude, stop. And
you still do that, eh? Ignore them entirely?
I don't fucking read a goddamn thing. It's the only way. It's the only way you can stay sane.
Yeah.
My friend's like, I can't help myself. I'm like, you 100% can help yourself.
Yeah.
It's just don't look at it. It's not an option. I know I don't have that option. There's no option to look at that. I post stuff, I keep going.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important because you're dealing with, with my case on my Instagram, I think it's like 15 million people. That's a lot of fucking people, man. That's too many people. There's no way that's manageable. You can't interact with those people. People could say mean shit to you and it'll hurt your feelings. Why would you subject yourself to that?
Yeah.
But I think even like articles written about you have to have perspective. You have to understand like who's right. Why are they doing this? They're doing this because you're successful. They're distorting who you are in order to make this look better. Yeah. So you have to do something, I believe, something to offset that. And one of the best things is really brutal exercise, brutal physical exercise, and then sauna and cold plunge, in my opinion, are the very best things to mitigate the effects of that, because they're so hard to do that the other stuff just seems easy. It's like, someone said something mean about you, like, whatever.
I'm wondering, like, if you were to be, like, there's so much pressure on social media now for young guys, especially at younger and younger ages, to be like this crazy successful entrepreneurial individual, even when they're like fucking teenagers or something. And what would you, if you were to go back and be a teenager or a young 20s guy now, and you're starting from scratch, how would you approach it? Like,
it's so much different. It's so hard to say.
Yeah.
Because when you're under the public eye of social media, and even if you just have a small account with like 500 followers, you still are under the public eye, because something you say can go viral, and then either you blow up or you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like either one of those scenarios is possible. So it's managing your life today is so much more problematic. It's so much more difficult. I couldn't imagine being a teenager in high school with a fucking TikTok account.
Yeah.
Like, where you could just say wild shit. How about that guy who was a football player who got denied a scholarship because he was singing along to the lyrics in a rap video and he said the N-word? So there's a video of him singing along to a song he likes, and they kicked him out of the college.
That's fucking wild. When was that?
Crazy.
Recent?
Very recent. Okay. Yeah. And he was like top draft pick, like an elite quarterback.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Somebody else gonna pick him up, or
I'm gonna hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
That's
but I mean,
wild.
imagine. I mean, that could change the trajectory of his entire life.
Yeah.
Because he was 15 and he thought he was just rapping along to a video. Like, how do you? They're saying it. Why can't I say it? Like, your frontal lobe's not even formed at 15.
Yeah.
And to hold that kid to that from that moment for the rest of his life. And that's just one example. There's so many examples of people ruining their fucking life on social media because they don't know any better, because they're fucking 14 or whatever. And it's like, I wouldn't want that. I can't imagine that. I couldn't imagine growing up with that kind of connection to people. And I think in some ways it discourages people taking chances. It discourages people really finding themselves and how to express themselves. Like, if every stand-up set you ever did from the beginning of your first open mic was online and available to people, that's horrendous.
Yeah.